Hello friends, welcome to our Delhi office. This is Join the Dots second live, and we have been asked this several times. What is Join the Dots? What is it that we want to do? How did we come up, and what we plan ahead? So here is the founding team with you.
Hello.
Snehil, who looks after outreach and strategy. Ronak, who coordinates and communicates. Rishabh is the chief content curator. He looks after the entire content that goes on the portal and the page. And I am Mohit. I basically conceptualize and design things. So, more or less, we are the people who were behind Join the Dots right from the beginning. And for your information, we are high school friends. So it's a very interesting story. So I think Rishabh will take it on from there.
I think the best way to connect two people in the shortest span is a story. And ours was no different. We all were high school friends back in a place where we had exposure to an environment with all amenities, and the environment out there was just amazing. It helped us reach a point where everything was subtle and we were going ahead. We were going ahead with our lives, day-to-day lifestyles, but something very integral, very pivotal, rigorously came back, and it had a very strong impact on all of us. So our high school was set up in an environment where we were all given the kind of freedom, the liberation to think. We also happened to be the group that at most of the times were helping out people fetch stuff and get done with their lives. So I think it always was in us right from the beginning. It got all the more impactful, let's say, when we got diverged from our colleges, and we took an entirely different pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah. Were we or were we not? The live video should start soon, it says.
yeah,
You will have to start.
it's already begun.
It's already?
Yeah,
With different cities and a lot of different experiences in our fields, it was obvious that something that kept us all together, the binding force, had to reoccur. And this is where the idea struck back, and I'd like to give the credit to all of us to keep the fire burning. And I think this is where the idea was given a little edge, but there was still a crisis. A crisis from within, a crisis that still needed to be explored. And this is how the journey began.
Rishabh, I'm reminded that after school, we were pretty much spread out to different cities.
Yeah.
And still that gap that we felt around, we started communicating to each other so frequently, we started discussing things, and somehow this idea of a venture was there in our mind. Back then we wanted to start a theatre group, and then we did a couple of things. Somehow, somewhere, this void in us that we have to help people understand things better. This was still on in all of us, and I remember I was in the bus from Bangalore to Pune when I called Rishabh, and I told him, can we start talking to people? Can we start talking to people to let them talk? Can we make them feel that somebody is there who wants to listen to them, somebody is there who wants to explore things with them, and not instruct them as such. So that is how Join the Dots had begun, and in the beginning we were all that it will not work, things will not work from two different cities, but pretty much everybody kept up. We kept on adding people to the group, so that's how the journey had begun. So now it is almost, the idea is almost a year old, and we have added different people to manage different streams, and very fortunately we have also started hiring interns who will be connected with us and give their inputs. So in the meanwhile, they also explore a lot of professional skills as well as the connection to themselves. So I think one basic thing that Join the Dots is, it is about a pause, a stop. So if we realize that we are in this constant habit of running, so we are in a race. We get up in the morning, it's a race from there to the time we get back to the bed. So when we talk about this idea of stopping, it kind of disturbs people, because when you're so used to running the entire day and somebody comes and asks you stop, you suddenly feel lost. I mean, because you're so used to running the entire day, it is very difficult to even get that one moment of pause, and you're lost. So then there was this idea of writing quotes, giving them articles to engage with. Things that people read and start reflecting. There's something that we are missing out on. As such, we are all living life. We say that life is hell, life is beautiful, life is great. But are we actually living? Are we actually aware of our own desires, our own feelings, our own thoughts? We go on just ignoring ourselves for a lot of time, and all this negligence piles up and comes like a tsunami wave over you, and that is the most difficult time. I mean, even after success, even after money, even after a good job, you find yourself in a crisis. You start questioning the purpose of life. So there, this idea of Join the Dot pitch in, and from there we start. So here, unlike any other vision, any other firm, any other venture, we don't ask you to run, we ask you to stop first. And you will realize that all this learning that we have been picking up, all the things that we have picked up from our family, from our society, from the media, all the more that we have learned, it has given a very, very vital boost to anxiety and stress. The more we learn, the more stressed we are. I mean, today we have everything. We are talking to you, sitting at our own office, and you're watching it on your own room or your office. We have reached a dimension of technological advancement, but there is no happiness, there is no peace. You suddenly feel that void in you, and you start to question the purpose of life. So here we pitch in as a group, as a venture, to explore this quest together. So the next question was, how do we create an outreach? How do people come to know about us?
See, Mohit, according to me, I think we should not force the people to come to JTD. It's open platform for all of us. If you like us, you can join. So let them free, yaar. If they like, they will join us. Give your thoughts, expression. Give your thoughts like जो relate करे. Look, they can feel it. So I think they will definitely join you.
So Snehal, do you think the best medium, the best way to reach people is people themselves?
Yeah, it's best. But nowadays most of people are using media like Instagram, Facebook, and many apps. So we are working on that. We are working.
Okay. So this is how, I mean, when we started, we did not know that 6,000 people, will be following us
Following
every
us.
day. People question us. People send us notes and reviews. So we had never imagined that we'll get this kind of a support. But then it turned out to be a really huge appreciation as well. So
We have good audience and people asking us about this. We feel good when people ask us about what is your venture, what it is about.
and it is also for us to think that we do not consider ourselves as an expert, somebody who can instruct you and tell you how to do this, how to do that, and what not to do. But the difference that we want to make is we want to be involved and take this exploration with you. And Rishabh, you remember when we were discussing about this,
Yeah.
that what difference should we make?
Yes.
So how did we take a stand on that?
I think what also needs to be made very clear right here is, regardless of our approach, we have had a very simplistic and open approach. We believe that we learn alongside while the experience builds up. But regardless of all of it, we also do hold certain ethics, and we do maintain a certain decorum to the duty and the discipline. So in spite of the fact that we do include it as a program enrolled for both of them, and the teaching is bilateral, but I think it also needs to be made clear that we have a very fundamental and structural approach. We are not a group of people approaching this idea with no two ends. So yeah, that's also pretty important.
Actually, according to we are just connecting the good things to one place. What do you say?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we are a center.
You are not the guru or teacher who are teaching.
Everyone is a center, not just us, not one person, not just the four of us, not just the group JTD, but every one of you, every one of the followers, every one of the member. You are a member of JTD, not just a follower, not just a mere.
So I just want to say, if
Person.
you have any good thing, thoughts, yeah, anything pondering on you, just mail us, or you can share to messages, share on Facebook.
And when we came out with this name, Join the Dots, it was this thought that life is not one single image. Life is the compilation. Life is the perfect, picture when we see it as a whole. So it is not for us to decide on what happens today, because every day we change. Every day, I mean, I remember Ronak had this thought that not even how we look at ourselves is the same every day. So
Yeah.
even our own perception for ourselves changes.
we being dynamic creatures.
Yeah. And you see, every day you have a new update on your phone. So Join the Dots is about taking in account all the little experiences, good and bad, happy and sad, and moving ahead with it, making it a part of yourself. Accepting your experiences and believing in them, believing in what they make you. And we have a couple of very good creative plans for you, which Ronak will share.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, we would like to. Sorry. It's just like a laboratory. JTD is just like an experimental laboratory where you can experiment with yourself, with what you think, question everything. It's like questioning even your thought process, questioning everything. It's like it's like an open forum where you can come, join, give your thoughts, share anything, share as Steve told you now. You can share anything,
Your questions, your
questions.
doubt.
Yep.
And it is not that you only question, it is that you even answer. Because Join the Dots is a forum where everybody is the same. We are all learning and we are all growing together.
It's we have a plan that we are planning on an app. Okay, so you will soon have a mobile application on your mobile phone where you can chat with people. You can discuss your problems. Where you can post questions. You can help people as well, because as we are at a point that you are the center, and everyone is a center, not just you, like everyone is a center, so everyone can help everyone, so you can help people, people can help you, you can ask questions, post your thoughts and everything. And what do you think about the idea that, and the second idea is we are moving out of the virtual world.
Because pretty much
Yeah.
we are present on Facebook right now. The only medium of communication with all of you is Facebook. When we post something, or when we come live, or somebody messages us, somebody talks to us. So the entire platform is right now is a virtual platform. So we have this plan coming pretty much soon that we are going to come to you. You know, maybe on a lakeside in Delhi,
On a mountain top in Pune.
a garden in Bangalore.
Manali.
Wow.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So anywhere you call us and we'll be there. So this is the plan right now, that we want to move out, we want to reach you, so that we connect to each other better. And we also are planning to take a group of people on trips.
Yeah, on trips. And how about you? Just imagine, you have no obligations in life for 3 days, just 3 days in your life. Just imagine 3 days out of everything in your life. You have no obligations, no duties. You don't have to answer to anyone. Just lying down under clear sky, in mountains, in a very pleasant weather at
Just,
night.
just waking up and sun rising from your window through the ice-capped mountains. I mean, just close your eyes and imagine the peace and serenity of it. So we are planning to take groups on trips with a couple of activities and workshops planned, and full-on adventure. So goodbye to what duties, your jobs, your mobile phones. For 3 days, you're just with yourself, completely yourself. And then we also have a couple of organized workshops focused on introspection, expression, and leading a purposeful journey. I mean, when we ask people, what do you want to do in life? The very general answer you get is an engineer, a doctor, civil services, writer, teacher. But those are jobs, those are positions. They do not define the life goal. So we want to create a platform that makes you look within, and questioning is the beginning of it. When we start to question what happens, why do we think in this particular way, why do we get angry if something comes to us, why do we feel happy when we see this? So we have to initiate this question, and this question will make you understand the immensity of not knowing. We will be together in this exploration, this journey within. So join the dots is everything about you, about me, about us.
It's about learning at the same time, learning, helping, teaching, everything.
And then
A
we
very
also
good and a crucial point that I like to make here is, with all the due advantages and the consequences, one would wonder what is the correct time to pitch in. When do you think is the most apt time, or the time that you can make the best out of it? The best way to answer is, why not now? Because if you wait till your retirement, till you have made some bucks and you are having a secure future, and you look
And then you
forward.
start questioning yourself. Now I have a
That is
secure
your-
thing. Now I can question myself. But it's too late, don't you think so?
Well, I think it's only as good as an experience might count. But if you start early, there's a one quote that comes to my mind, that early starters never disappoint, because you always have the edge over a lot of other things. the experiences, your journey, you will have an entirely different perspective after you have come to a certain point. And what I'd also like to mention here is your age shouldn't bind you from it either, because at every point in time one feels the need to question, the need to find solace. Might as well be now, but can be at some point in time whenever you feel comfortable. We suggest, why not now?
And moreover, we should be open about it. If we feel bad, if we feel sad, let's be open about it. It can only be sorted out, when we express, when we talk about it. So the whole emphasis is in creating a conducive environment where all of us, without the fear of being judged, without the fear of being looked at, we should be able to express whatever comes to our mind. So we want to give each one of you that same freedom that we experience. That whatever it is, no matter what, no matter how screwed up things are, they are my things, they are my situations, and I am going to talk about them. We should not be ashamed of anything. So we want to create that open, conducive environment for all of us. And that is what JTD is. Join the Dots is about you, about me, about us. Our experiences, our stories, our learnings, our questions and our answers. So this mobile app that will be available to all of you for download very soon is called Kora Kagaz. It literally means Kora Kagaz. It's blank, it's plain for you to write.
It's open for everybody, anything, anytime,
Any language,
anywhere,
any language. So
It also offers you with a forum to interact and correspond with people with similar questions, or perhaps who might have several answers to your questions that you have been pondering upon. So it's like a forum wherein you can have a debate or a discussion about something that you've been thinking about, and doesn't necessarily mean you have to be very melancholy to experience something bad. I think I also have experienced, it's a very personal experience as well, that people associate things with a lot of emotions. Likewise, if I am hurt, or let's say I break a leg, people would confide with me, or people will understand or believe it to be a fact of empathy, because it's something bad that has happened with me. I believe that's not it. Not just because something bad has happened, one has to feel bad, or just because there's nothing very prompt going on, one couldn't feel miserable at their own. So this is where you pitch in, and people might be available throughout to help you out with it.
and one point that we would like to make it very clear. Again, that we are no experts, we are no resource person, we have no ready-made recipes. All we are here for is just holding hands and reaching somewhere. You do not even have a fixed destination. It's about the journey. It's about the journey, because you never know what may happen the next second. So let us make best use of it. We are open 24/7. Any one of us is always available to anybody who approaches us. So any questions, any ideas, any plans, we are always here. We are always here. So we would again like to thank you. Thank you for all the support throughout that you have been with us. You have been engaging constantly, sharing our posts. And it is also an appreciation for us in disguise, because it feels good when people start talking about you, the idea that has come from you. And it is not just our idea. I think it is everybody's idea. It's just because we express and maybe others are not able to. So
That's why
That's the
we are here
idea.
for.
That's the basic idea of Join the Dots.
So we would urge you to keep writing, keep reading and keep sharing, because a pause is where happiness and peace begins. So let's all start flowing and not forcing, and start the journey within. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.